Welcome students to my channel GS Maths. Now today I am going to start with the new chapter of definite integrals from plus 2 class. Now it is again a repetition, or the basics of indefinite integrals will be used in this definite integrals. The only difference is some properties will be used, some properties of definite integrals will be used, and the constant of integration won't be there now. Now suppose I integrate a function fx dx a to b. This is the upper limit, this is the lower limit. I get the answer as fx a to b. Now f of b upper limit minus the lower limit. This is the result. This is the answer. For example, say I integrate x dx from 2 to 4. I know the integral of x is x square by 2. Limit is 2 to 4. Now this is 1 by 2. It is 4 square upper limit minus 2 square. That is half. 16 minus 4, 12. Answer is 6. This is how we integrate, and we use the limits, the upper limit and the lower limit. A function is given, integrate it. After integration, put the values, the upper limit minus the lower limit in place of the variable. Now, as I said, the properties or the types of indefinite integrals which we did will be used over here. All the methods to solve various types of integrals will be used over here. Now for example, it is all the formulas are same. 0 to 1 dx 2x minus 3. Now I should know that this is log of this 2x minus 3, x the coefficient is 2, right? Then limits are 0 to 1. We don't put constant of integration in it. It is log 2 minus 3. Upper limit, this is half is there, and 0. That is minus log of 0. 0 minus 3. It will be minus 3. This is half log minus 1 minus of log minus 3. This is the answer. All the formulas will be used in this. All the formulas. Now remember the trigonometric formulas, all the identities, all the types of indefinite integral, even the partial fractions, how to resolve the given term into partial fractions and then integrate. Now for example, it is integral 0 to pi by 2 under root of 1 minus cos 2x dx. Now we know that 1 minus cos 2x is 2 sine square x. It is 2 sine square x under the root 0 to pi by 2 dx. It is under root 2 comes here, right? It's integral sine x dx. It's 0 to pi by 2. Now the integral of sine x is minus cos x. So take the minus out. It is cos x. Limit is 0 to pi by 2. That is minus under root 2 cos of 90 minus cos of 0. This becomes negative under root 2 cos 90 is 0 minus 1. It is positive under root 2 is the answer. I have used the trigonometric identity that 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 sine square theta. Next question is, again I will use the trigonometric formula here. The question is, integrate sine cube x, integrate 0 to pi by 2 sine cube x dx. This. Now I have the formula of sine 3x equals to 4 sine cube x minus 3 sine x. This is sine cube x 0 to pi by 2. That is, sorry, it's 3 sine x minus 4 sine cube x. From here I will find the value of sine cube x. That it will be 3 sine x minus sine 3x. It is sine of cube x equals to whole divided by 4. This is sine cube x. Now substitute sine cube x as this. I get 0 to pi by 2 sine cube x. 3 sine x minus sine 3x divided by 4 dx. Now it is 1 by 4 3 sine x dx. It's 0 to pi by 2 minus 1 by 4 sine 3x dx 0 to pi by 2. Now it's 1 by 4, 3 is out, then sine x integral is minus cos x. Even I take the negative sign out, it's 0 to pi by 2 minus 1 by 4 sine 3x is negative, so it becomes positive cos 3x upon 3. I take this out, limits are 0 to pi by 2. Now just substitute the values, just substitute the limits. Negative 3 by 4 cos of pi by 2 minus cos of 0. Upper limit minus lower limit plus 1 by 12. It is cos 3 pi by 2 minus cos 0. It's like this. Now cos of 3 pi by 2 is cos 270 degree. That is minus of 0. Quadrant is third. Cos is negative. That is negative sine 0. Answer is 0. This is 0. This is 0. That is minus 3 by 4. 0 minus 1 plus 1 by 12. This is 0 minus of 1. Now I get 3 by 4 plus, minus 1 by 12. So I take the LCM as 12. It is 4, 3, 9 minus 1. 8 by 12, that is 2 by 3 is the required answer. I have used the formula sine 3x is 3 sine x minus 4 sine cube x. From here I get the value of sine cube x. I get this value. Substitute here. Now integrate. Put the limits. Upper limit minus the lower limit. Same case as upper limit minus the lower limit. We get the required answer. Next question from this topic. The first exercise of this topic or the numerical problems are same as what we did in indefinite integral. They are just to put the values of the limits, the upper limit and the lower limit. Only this thing is an added thing in these questions, additional thing in these questions. Now next sum is, say, yes, pi by 4 to pi by 2. It's a very interesting sum. Pi by 4 to pi by 2. It is 1 minus sine 2x. 1 minus sine 2x. 1 minus sine 2x dx. Now, the limits are pi by 4 to pi by 2. I can write this expression as, in place of 1, in place of sine 2x, like this. pi by 4 pi by 2, this is dx. It is cos x minus sin x, its whole square under the root integral pi by 4 to pi by 2 dx. Now square and under root goes, pi by 4 pi by 2, it is cos x minus sin x dx. But the limit is from pi by 4 to pi by 2. If I draw the graph of sine, I get this thing. This is 90 degree, it has the maximum value, that is 1. If I draw the graph of cos, so I get this thing. This value is pi by 4, we both have 1 by under root 2 as the answer. Now in this case, pi by 4 to pi by 2, sin x is greater than cos x. That means I should write this as negative over here, because sin x is greater than cos x in the interval pi by 4 to pi by 2. So therefore I should write it, even if, let me this in the mod. Now in the next step, I will write it as pi by 4 to pi by 2. I will simply write sin x minus cos x dx, because sin x is greater than cos x. I will put a negative sign in front of it, it becomes sin x minus cos x. Now integrate this. Sin x is negative cos x, limit pi by 4 to pi by 2, then minus cos x का integral is sin x pi by 4 to pi by 2. Just evaluate it, negative cos pi by 2 0, 1 by under root 2 minus 1 minus 1 by under root 2. This is minus and minus plus, answer is negative 1. Minus 1 by, no, there was a minus sign over here, minus minus plus, this is again plus, it becomes 2 by under root 2 minus of 1. That is 2 minus under root 2 upon under root 2 is the answer. This is the answer. Now I hope you have understood this concept, because the limit is pi by 4 to pi by 2. So pi by 4 to pi by 2, sin x is greater than cos x. That's why I have written this value as sin x minus cos x. Now integrated, then substituted the limits. I get the answer as 2 minus under root 2 divided by under root 2. Now my next question is, I will use now partial fractions to solve. I will solve one problem from that also. Now question is, it is a dx upon x plus 1 x plus 2, 1 to 2 dx upon x plus 1 x plus 2. This can be solved if I open the brackets. It becomes dx upon quadratic. So I can do like this. It's x square plus 2x plus x, that is 3x plus 2. The simplest way to do is just complete the squares. 1 to 2 dx x square plus 3x 9 by 4 minus 9 by 4. I get 1 to 2 dx, it is x plus 3 by 2 square, 8 minus 9 minus 1 by 2 square. Directly the formula is x square minus a square, that is 1 over 2a log of x minus a x plus a. Put the limits, that is 1 to 2 to get the required answer. Now if I had this, I opened the brackets, I got the quadratic in the denominator, I completed the squares and so on. Now if I had say it is dx upon x plus 1 and x square plus 2, x square plus 2. Now I have to use partial fractions. Now for example, it's x plus, I will resolve this like this. A upon the linear, this is quadratic which cannot be factorized. Recall the things now. Bx plus c, x square plus 2. Recall the facts, recall the results, recall the types which we use in indefinite integrals. 1. A x square plus 2 bx plus c multiplied by x plus 1. Open the brackets. Ax square bx square 2a bx plus cx plus c plus 2a. I get these terms. X square is common, x is common, c plus 2a. I get 1, 1. Now compare coefficients. I get a plus b is 0. I don't have any x square on the left hand side. B plus c is equal to 0. Only thing is c plus 2a equals to 1. Now a is equal to negative b. A is equal to negative b from first, right? Now I put over here c minus 2b is equal to 1. I have this equation also, that is b plus c is equal to 0. Just subtract this cancels. Minus 2b minus b minus 3b is 1. B is equal to negative 1 by 3. What is a then? A becomes 1 by 3, like this. 1 by 3. And when you solve for c, c is negative of b. That is, c is also 1 by 3. I get the values. Once I get the values, substitute the values. Substitute the values. I have a, b, c. A as 1 by 3, c as 1 by 3. So put the values. A as 1 by 3. Integrate dx upon x plus 1 plus bx plus c upon x square plus 2 integrate dx. After filling the values, after substituting the values of a, b, c, now it is 1 by 3 log of x plus 1. This part is over. It is linear upon quadratic now. Or we can use this as 1 by 3 x square plus 2. It can be done like this. 1 by 3 dx, it is x square plus 2 can be written as this. Now it is 1 by 3 log x plus 1 minus 1 by 3 1 by 2 2x x square plus 2. This I have done deliberately. Why? Because x square plus 2's derivative is 2x plus 1 by 3. Apply the formula 1 over a tan inverse x upon a. Now this is minus 1 by 6. It is log of the base. Log of the base. It's positive 1 by 3 log x plus 1, right? This is log x plus 1 minus 1 by 6 and plus 1 by 3 under root 2 tan inverse x by under root 2. Now the limits are 1 to 2. 1 to 2. Fill the limits to get the final answer. This is the concept of partial fractions which we did in indefinite integrals, but they will be used in definite integrals also. It's the same thing which we did up to this point. Last step is just fill the values. just substitute the limits, upper limit and the lower limit, to get the final answer. Now, before winding up this lecture, I would like to do few more questions, one or two sums. Now, next level is this: definite integrals by substitution. Definite integrals by substitution. Now, it is the same which we did in indefinite integrals, like this. Question is, say, 0 to pi by 2 cos theta d theta 2 plus sin theta multiplied by 1 plus sin theta d theta, of course. Now it is clear that if I put sin theta equals to t, cos theta d theta is dt. Now I have changed the variable to t. Now the limits will also change. Look, when theta was equal to 0, sin of 0 is 0, t is equal to 0. When theta is equal to pi by 2, the sine of pi by 2 is 1. Thus, now integrate. Just change the limits, that is 0 to 1. Cos theta d theta is dt divided by 2 plus t and 1 plus t. This is 0 to 1 dt upon, open the brackets, 2 plus 2t plus t, 3t plus t square. So I get this as 0 to 1 dt t square plus 3t plus 2, that is dt upon, complete the squares, t square, 3t, 9 by 4, this I have done in the very first question, I think. 0 to 1, now it becomes 0 to 1 dt upon t plus 3 by 2 square minus 1 by 2 the whole square. Apply the formula of dx upon x square minus a square, that is 1 upon 2a log of x minus a upon x plus a. Once you apply it, then put in the limits to get the required answer. Now, the last question from this topic, it's again should be a very good sum. Yes, again a type of the indefinite integral. It is this: we have to substitute first, then do the integration, and at last we have to put in the values. Say dx upon 2 cos x plus 4 sin x. Integral limits are 0 to pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2. Now it is of the type dx upon a cos x plus b sin x, where we used to substitute cos x as 1 minus tan square x by 2, 1 plus tan square x by 2, plus 4 times sin x, 2 tan x by 2, 1 plus tan square x by 2. Cos x, its value, sin x, its value. Now what you are going to do is 0 to pi by 2, substitute tan x by 2 equals to t, so that if I substitute tan x by 2 as t, so I get secant square x by 2 into half dx is dt, that is dx equals to 2 dt upon secant square x by 2 is 1 plus tan square x by 2, 1 plus tan square x by 2, that is t, the square. I can directly write dx as 2t upon 1 plus t, the square. Now just put the value in the numerator. I get, if I take the LCM, I get secant square x by 2 dx, and in the denominator I get 2 minus 2 tan square x, 2 minus 2 tan square x by 2, and plus 8 tan x by 2. Now secant square x by 2 is 2 dt upon 2 minus 2t square plus 8t. Take out a negative sign common. Dt upon 2t, even 2 is common, I get t square minus 4t minus 1. Just complete the squares. It's negative dt, it is t square minus 4t. Now it is plus 4 minus 1 minus 4. I get dt upon t minus 2. It's square, then minus 5 minus under root 5 square. It is x square minus a square. The same formula is applied, that is 1 over 2a log of x minus a upon x plus a. Now I have to change the limits also, because I have changed the variable. Now if x is 0, t is equal to 0. If x is pi by 2, then my t will be pi by 4. I have to write here 0 to pi by 4. After applying the formula, put these limits as 0 to pi by 4 to get the final answer. Hope you have understood this concept. It is basically the same thing brought forward from the indefinite integrals. Try to understand the things, just revise the indefinite integral, its types, how to solve those types, what are the steps, what are the methods to solve them. Keep watching my video. In my next lecture, I will discuss the properties of definite integrals and their applications. Thank you very much.